My name is Tim Stokes, and I'm about to share insights from my company's Academy of Business Mastery, arguably the world's most practical business management training course. The subject of this video is how to manage a business and increase profits effortlessly. Stay tuned as there's a bonus free profit tool. Keep watching for info on how to get your very own business growth calculator valued at $197. Normally this powerful tool is only included in the Academy of Business Mastery, but for a limited time it's available, as you'll see from watching this video. The benefits of management skills include business profit margins increase rapidly. You'll have more cash in the bank. Your time is freed up. All your decisions are made with certainty, and your work becomes non-repetitious and therefore far more interesting in your role as a business owner. The reality of business ownership, unfortunately, is this: never-ending thinking about the business 7 days a week, at home, at night, and on weekends. But as common as this experience is, it doesn't have to be that way. And in this video, I'll give you the escape path to put you on the road to super success in business. There are 3 stages of business that we need to go through. Sometimes we get trapped at the first stage, and that's where we go into business being that technician who understands the industry and the way to work hard in that industry. We need to overcome that need to be the hands-on technical person in business and move more into the manager role. That's where we start to work smarter. So instead of just being concerned with getting a lot of work done, we look at the efficiency of the business. We start to measure, we start to introduce systems and get better with our people skills, and the profit goes up and the cash in the bank goes up. And if we're successful as a manager in the business, we can move into this last role, which is the entrepreneur role. And that's where you become the optional worker. Work becomes a choice. How many hours you work in the business, what sort of time frames you want to take off, whether it be a month or 2 or 6, and let your business operate smoothly and profitably without you. The way to become a great manager and then an entrepreneur where working in your business is optional is to understand the 3 core skills of management. The first skill of management is probably the least developed of all 3 skills, and that is people. Now when you think about it, your employees are people. Your customers are people. Your suppliers are people. Maybe you have a business partner who's also one of the people, and you're one of the people. So why aren't we learning psychology for years before we go into business, or at least after we start a business? It's the one skill that removes the frustration. It increases your profits. It makes you happier. Yet it's the least developed out of the 3 skills. The second skill of management is this: measuring. That's where we need to monitor the numbers to see what opportunities or weaknesses they are revealing. And when we're measuring for a time frame, we'll start to recognize the need for systems in our business. And that's a skill in itself, being able to create a system that people willingly and happily follow and accurately. Now these 3 skills are often personality orientated. So sometimes people are very good at measuring, but they're not very good with people. Sometimes they're very good with people, but they're not very good at creating systems. Now what we need to do is develop all 3 skills, but also tie them together. Now what happens is when you start to measure what people do, they take more interest in numbers first of all, but their performance increases. And when you talk to people about what they're doing with their numbers, you'll start to see them talk more about systems and the need for systems. They'll want you to create them and they'll want to use them because it spreads some of that accountability back onto the system. And when you have systems, your business is not so people orientated. Now you may have had an employee once in the past where they weren't performing as well as you like, but you're worried about letting them go because it takes so long to train the next person. That's because your business isn't systems orientated enough. And there are systems for all facets of the business, from recruitment to induction to sales to marketing. In fact, there's 9 different areas that you can systemize in a business, and unfortunately very few businesses get beyond the first 2 or 3. In summary, systems will be used by your employees when held accountable with numbers, i.e. key performance indicators or KPIs. These are the 3 core skills of management. The essential people skills of management include selling on value at full or higher price. A lot of our clients are selling at $1, $2, $5, and even up to $13,000 higher than their nearest competitors because they've developed their selling skills. Leadership, being good at persuading your staff to use the systems, to do what they may not have wanted to do themselves. Another skill is determining attitudes at the time of recruitment. You may have hired a person in the past and after 2 or 3 or 5 months realized they didn't have a very good attitude and then thought, do I want to go through all that time again to try and find another employee? And it gets very tough, it gets very frustrating, but our clients have developed that skill of determining attitudes in the interview before they even hire them, and it starts to become very, very obvious when you've learnt this skill. Another skill is creating systems that your staff will willingly use. There is a skill in creating those systems that staff understand and want to use and learn from. And finally, personalities. Personalities in business, like we've just touched on with the 3 skills of management. Some people are very good at measuring. Typically accountants, their personality suits that skill. Some people are very good with people. Salespeople tend to be better with their people skills. So that's an example where we can have an aptitude for certain aspects of a business, and learning how to identify the aptitude for those leadership roles means that you can start to leverage your way out of the technician into management and potentially the entrepreneur, where working in your business becomes completely optional. Developing these skills results in higher profit margins, less frustration with staff, more time in your day as your staff understand you and work with you, and more holidays with peace of mind your business is in good hands. Essential measuring skills for management. Imagine your business needs to be in balance, and this analogy, this example I'm going to give you, is very relevant for the majority of businesses. Now, we want our business to be in balance, so think of this like a 3-legged stool, like a tripod, and you've got to sit on this. One of the legs that are holding this stool up is the dollar value of sales that your business is generating as new sales dollars acceptances each week. That's the length of the leg, is that dollar figure. The next leg of the stool is production. That's the dollar value of work that your business has completed, finished or unfinished, in a week time frame. That's the production leg. And the third leg of this stool is cash coming into your bank account. Now, theoretically, all 3 legs should be the same dollar figure every week, but that's just in theory. The actual reality is that one leg could be a lot longer than the other. It could have been that you've just gotten through a lot of the work, and because you got through a lot of the work in your business, your production leg is longer than your sales. That means you may start to run out of work in the near future. So by measuring all 3 of these legs, you start to get total control of your business, and it becomes predictable. Now, when your business becomes predictable, what happens is measuring all 3 reduces that stress that you get from those knee-jerk reactions of realizing too late that your sales are down, or you've gotten through too much work, or that you won't have enough cash in the bank to pay those overheads that you've got coming up in the weeks ahead. It starts to make your business very, very predictable. And the more your business is predictable, and the more people are predictable from developing your skills, the better your life as a business owner. Let's have a look at a sales and marketing measuring tool straight out of the Business Academy. Now, this is a measuring tool that, in this example, is just showing a summary of all 4 weeks. Now, like I said previously, we're typically measuring every week individually. This is just 4 weeks added together to get a bit of an accumulation to see what's happening. Now, the columns are showing the lead sources and where the inquiries are coming from, and it tracks 2 conversion rates: a lead to quote conversion rate, where some businesses waste a lot of time with their quotes, and that's typically very high, and then a quote to sale conversion rate, where you may spend time with a potential customer, give them a quote in writing. So we have 2 conversion rates, and we can actually see different conversion rates for different lead sources. Now, just from looking at this, you may not be able to spot it, but there's about a dozen opportunities to effortlessly increase the profits in this business just from looking at the numbers and knowing what they're saying. Now, this is just one screenshot of a lot of different examples that we could give you on this, but this tool reveals a lot of profit opportunities, and that's what happens when you measure. When you measure, you start to find profit opportunities you didn't know your business had, and they're always there if you know how to interpret the numbers. The production, when we've got our leg of production, we need to be tracking it as well. And yes, the dollar figures, but also a whole lot more. This is a screenshot of another measuring tool that we give business owners. We customize it to their use for their specific business. This is an example of a landscaping business, and it's divided into columns, the same time frame, over 4 weeks, to look at what types of work that this business does. And for a landscaper, it's doing landscaping, fencing, retaining walls, curbing, pool design, and pool gardens. We can see from the red that it's under the desired gross margin, and from the green, it's hitting the desired gross margin. Now, without spending an hour just explaining what this tool is, which is what we do in our training, you can see that this business isn't making the desired profit that it would like. You can see the dollar figure total for the 4 weeks, or individually week by week, but in this case just the 4 weeks. You can see whether we're hitting the gross margin that we want to from the purely service side only. That's the left-hand side. The right-hand side is the profit margin on the materials, where there's fencing materials, plants, soil, mulch, rocks, and concrete that they need to do the job. So we have two separate gross margins when you're measuring in a service or manufacturing business, like what this is showing here, and you can start to see where you're leaking profits, where the profit opportunities are. And by plugging those profit leaks, you can start to significantly add 2, 3, 5, 10, even 15% to the net profit margin of a business, and sometimes that means double or triple that the net profit that the business is now generating. So this is just another way of looking at what's going on in the business by measuring that. This tool reveals your high and low profit margin jobs, job types, and materials to give you absolute certainty with all of your decisions when it comes to pricing and performance of your business. When you make all your decisions with certainty, your profits are just going to go up, and rapidly. Essential cash measuring is the third leg. We need to be measuring this third leg of the business. And the first one is we want to look at the cash flow position each week. So dollars in, dollars out, what's the balance? The dollar value of money that the business owes is the second one that we want to look at. The dollar value of money owed to the business is a third one. The fourth is the number of weeks of overdue receivables, dollar value of all the invoices owed that are overdue to the business. And we want to quantify that as a number of weeks multiple of the turnover of the business. Then we want to look at the change in weeks of overdue receivables to see if the accounts people are actually performing at their best. So we're developing KPIs by looking at all these different numbers in different areas of the business. Management and planning. Growing your business is by improving numbers. That's as simple as it is. You don't grow a business as such, you improve on a number. Business growth planning is about applying strategies to measured numbers. So instead of business planning that can take 3 months or 6 months to do some detailed analysis of a business and then the strategies are often an afterthought, business growth planning is where we pull out some tools, look at the numbers first, find those profit opportunities and apply strategies straight into those numbers, and it's just so obvious and effortless to increase the profits in a business when you follow this process. The Business Growth Calculator is a very powerful tool that we give our attendees of the Academy of Business Mastery. Here's a screenshot of what this tool's about. You can see here that we have strategies and results. We have strategy types up in the top left here. And these strategy types are the key areas or the key numbers in a business that we want to aim to improve. And in the white column next to that where it says percentage change, there's a drop down list, what you're seeing over here on the right, percentage change. And we can choose what increase we're going to apply to these various different areas of the business. The next column where it says was is what the business is actually operating at now, and then by adjusting those percentage change figures on the left, we're going to see what the new figure would be with that adjustment. So we're going to first of all decrease the lead to quote conversion rate, increase the quote to sale conversion rate, look at introducing a price rise, look at increasing the average number of transactions to get people to come back more often in a year. We're going to look at measuring the production and find at least 2% increase in the gross profit margin by finding the jobs that are unprofitable or talking to the employees about how they're managing those jobs. And we can even increase the leads in a business. But I want to draw your attention to something very, very powerful in this tool. And that is when you look further down the bottom, you'll see turnover and net profit increase and what the turnover per week and the turnover per year difference is. Now, if you look at the turnover per year increase, it's gone up $258,000, a 32% increase, which sounds pretty impressive. But the way that we focus business owners is not on just increasing sales, it's on increasing the profit margin, the bottom line. So if you look at the net profit per year, in this example, it's gone from $64,000 to $184,968. $120,000 increase, or 189% increase in net profit, just by adjusting these numbers up here in that percentage change column. Now this measuring tool took 3 years to build. The formulas in it are so complicated, but you don't need to know any of that. All you need to do is adjust these percentage change figures for your business, and then you can see this incredible opportunity that your business has. It even tells you the number of extra staff that you need to hire based on how many extra hours that you'll need just to achieve these numbers. So as you can see, it's an incredibly powerful tool that gives you a whole lot of confidence about how to plan to grow your business. Now, the good news is that you now don't have to wait to the Academy of Business Mastery to get access to this tool. This is just a sample business, and what you're going to get very soon is not just this sample data in the same tool, but you're going to get a blank version that you can use for your own business. This tool makes growing your business easy. It's all in the numbers and strategies that you apply to very specific numbers. Sure, you need to know the strategies that improve the numbers, and that's what the Academy Business Mastery course is all about. Get this tool now for free. You can get the Business Growth Calculator valued at $197 free today for a strictly limited time, and it comes with video training. You can accurately see your business's profit potential by using this tool, and this is where you can get it from. profittransformations.com/profit-tools/growth. It's all in the numbers. Growing your business is easy when you know the numbers and the strategies that you need to apply to those numbers. After receiving this tool, you can get the training on how to increase your business numbers. There's no other training like the Academy of Business Mastery. No other business management training course gives you all this. All the measuring tools your business needs, all the ones you've seen today, and a whole lot of others. Review and discussion of your business's numbers, not just theory, but real discussions from your business's numbers when you start measuring with these tools. The systems your business needs, from job descriptions to sales commission structures to recruitment systems, induction systems, all this is included in the training. You also get 50 plus strategies specific to your business from the 180 highly refined, fully developed strategies that we've figured out work for every single business. We match those to your business so you understand which 50 work for your business in your circumstance right now, and you also get insights into the priorities of which strategies you need to apply first. Top tips on how to implement the strategies that we give you as well. The 7 subjects of business mastery are these. The first one is building your vision. That's getting you clearer on what you're trying to achieve in your business in 2 years, and 5 and 10 years' time. The second one, you need to build a team, and that's what team building and recruitment is all about. How to hire great attitude people that want to work as hard as what you do, and how to keep them motivated. That's the second step, the second subject. The third is the magic of measuring. That's where we start to look at your profit and loss statement. Calculate your gross margin sale price and then give you a tool to sell at a minimum gross profit margin. That way you're controlling profit at the time of the sale. The fourth one is after measuring, we go into planning to achieve your goals. We pull out your business growth calculator and start to look at the numbers based on what we've measured. Then we see the profit opportunities. So growing your business is an effortless process. Number 5, once you've been measuring for a while, you'll recognize that you need systems. And systems for profit growth is what this subject is all about. Number 6, we introduce to advanced secrets of sales and marketing, strategies that less than 2% of businesses in the world actually know or use. And number 7 is management, the final phase, which is how to exit your business, one of 7 ways to set your business up to operate smoothly and profitably even when you're not there. It contains everything you need to set your business up to operate without you, including a full recruitment system for a general manager and the job description and the management reporting structure you need to step your way out of your business if you so choose and take a couple of months off or even the rest of your life. Get your free tool today. There's the website profittransformations.com/profit-tools/growth. The Business Academy comes with all of these beautifully bound workbooks. There are 9 workbooks in all, covering the 7 subjects plus 2 review sessions. When you're ready for extreme profit, join the online Academy of Business Mastery training group. There's one starting in 2 weeks near you.